Do you ever wonder why other people always seem to find cheap flights and you don't? It's because most people search the wrong way since they never learned how to look for the best cash deals. In this video, I'll show you the 3 most common mistakes that keep people from finding cheap flights and how to avoid spending more than you should on travel. I've cut the cost of my family's trips by hundreds, even thousands, by avoiding these mistakes. And I can confidently say that you can too. So first of all, be honest. How do you usually start planning a trip? Do you first decide where you want to go and when you want to go there, and then look for flights accordingly? If so, you've already guaranteed you'll overpay. Airlines know you're boxed in, so you're stuck with whatever price they throw at you. Instead, flip it around. Start by looking for the best cash deals first. Let the deal decide where you go and when you go there, and you'll be shocked at how much cheaper the flights are. One of my favorite ways to do this is with tools like Google Explore and Kayak Explore. You can plug in your home airport and instantly see the cheapest places to fly, along with the dates where those prices show up. And here's a quick challenge. Before locking in your vacation dates, ask yourself, are those dates truly set in stone? Or could you leave a couple days earlier or later perhaps? Even a small shift can cut your flight price in half. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is Google Explore. I put in Tampa here because that's my home airport for the purposes of this demonstration. So when you leave the destination blank, you just put in a 1 week, 2 week, or just a weekend trip in the next 6 months, and it shows you the very best prices that are available to go anywhere. You can zoom in to see other places, but look at these deals. These are round trip flights that you can find. You'll notice when you click on them, they're for certain dates, right? So this is a $76 trip, and it's from September 27th to October 3rd. Maybe that works for you, maybe it doesn't. But if you can be flexible, you can see some of the most incredible flight deals here just by doing this, just by using this Google Explorer tool. Now, let's say you do have specific dates in mind and you want to go from October 8th and come home on the 13th. What this also does is show you all the different places and all the prices, so you can just find some of the best deals. Atlanta's always a good deal from Tampa, usually, but these are the very best prices on those specific dates you want to travel. Maybe you let that determine where you go. And this is Kayak. This site is super cool. Let's say you wanted to go on a trip over Thanksgiving. Again, we'll use Tampa because, again, that's my home airport. And let's say we want to go to New York and we'll leave on the 25th, a couple days before Thanksgiving, and come home at the end of Thanksgiving weekend, right? So we'll do a search, and it takes a second because it's showing live results and there's a lot of prices to go through. But what we did here is we set it to have a departure date of plus or minus 3 days from what we input on the 25th. And the same thing on the return date from Sunday, November 30th. So it's a grid where the top is the departure dates and the side is the return dates. So we input here in the middle, we leave on the 25th and we come home on the 30th, and you'll notice the best deal is $328, right? It's Thanksgiving, that's a lot, especially coming home on Sunday when everybody else is. But check this out. If you look at this box right below that, all that is coming home on Monday instead of Sunday, and it's half the price, literally. If you wanted to, if you don't want to make the trip that long, look at the next day. You can go the day after you were planning to on the 26th, which is Wednesday, come home on the Monday, half price from what your original date was. Now, even if you open up where and when you go, you might think you found a great deal, but here's another mistake that could be costing you hundreds. But first, let me tell you about a trip we have coming up. We're traveling to watch Florida State football take on Virginia on a Friday night in Charlottesville, Virginia. So we are locked into the date since this is a trip where the kids will miss a few days of school that day and the following week. Let's see what it costs to fly to Charlottesville that day. So here we are again in Google Explore, and what we are doing is we are taking a one-way trip because we're going to fly home from a different airport on this trip. We don't want a trip in the next 6 months. We have specific dates because on the 26th is the day of the game we're going to, and that's when we're going to fly. and we want to go to Charlottesville Airport. As you can see here, it's $309 to fly directly into Charlottesville. Now, let's see what happens when we open up the search to airports near but not in Charlottesville. Look at that. We can fly into Richmond on the same day for $83, more than $200 less, and just drive an hour and a half to get there. That's insane, over $200 less, and all we have to do is rent a car and drive. We need a rental car anyway because we're going to go to other cities after this. If you've got a specific destination in mind, limiting yourself to just the main airport can cost you a lot of money. Instead, always check nearby airports. This works on both ends. The airport you're flying out of and the one you're flying into. Sometimes the difference is huge. You might find that driving an hour to a different airport or landing a little outside of your destination city saves you hundreds of dollars per ticket. Even if you have to pay for parking or grab a rental car, the total cost can still be way less than flying straight into the main airport. Now, saving money on flights isn't just about how you search. There's another mistake travelers make that can wipe out all those savings, and it happens before you even board the plane. Let's go back to the great flight we found to Richmond. Keep in mind we are going on this trip for 5 days. If we go ahead and click on this flight, and we want the $83 flight, we want to book directly with the airlines. It's always best to book directly with the airlines. $82.98. If we change nothing about this flight, it's going to be $82.98. But check this out. If you want to have the right to pick your seat, which you do not have to do, it's going to add cost. Why would you need to do that? Let them assign you a seat, and then they won't add anything here. Now, this is why you want to carry just a personal item on a trip like this. If you want to add just a carry-on bag or a check bag, that's going to add $55 to your flight. Look at that. It goes from $82.98, $137.98, just like that. Now, if you have your whole family with you, multiply that times 4. It's going to add over $200 to add a bag on this flight. I'll challenge you to think about if you can pack everything in just a personal item so you don't incur any extra cost. The third mistake people make is overpacking and racking up baggage fees. And trust me, I used to do the same thing. Most of us pack way more than we'll ever use. We throw in things just in case. But if you rarely ever need them at home, what makes you think you'll suddenly need them on a trip? The same goes for clothing. Do we really need 20 outfit options for a 4-day trip? Or even for a week? Probably not. Here's the big mindset shift. The less you pack, the more money you save. If you can get everything into a carry-on, or better yet, just a personal item, you avoid paying for checked bags. This also opens up super cheap options with budget carriers like Frontier, Breeze, and other airlines. Those rock-bottom fares are often only worth it if you can travel light. And when you do, you unlock the absolute lowest prices in the sky. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful in any way, please hit the like button and subscribe for more travel tips. Also leave a comment below and let me know, where do you want to travel next?